Okay. I'm living in Australia. Obviously, I have not really a lot of knowledge from what's happening about the presidential campaign and in America at the moment. I never really was a Trump supporter from the beginning. I always tried to stay independent about whether it's Democrats or Republicans. It's just the fact that I started to realize that the media never respected President Trump from day one. It's a fact. The man might not be, as he says, he's not a politician, and I'd say a career politician, really, because that's what they all tend to be. They all think for themselves first. That's a fact just as well. Now, according to the corruption that's coming up and the whole mainstream media not covering it and just attacking the president over everything and anything, over lies and trying to repeat the lies and making sure that the lies become facts, and then they elaborate on the lies and more facts come up, and it's just a real circus to me what's really happening in America. Even if President Trump is not the best president or whatever, he was voted for the people first and foremost. And at the moment, it's really sad what's happening with Joe Biden, despite all the corruption that's coming to the surface and about his son and his family. It's just terrible. But the mainstream media is not covering it. Even putting that aside, considering that the man is obviously cognitively impaired. And it's rather sad that there's no better competition to kick Trump out if that was the case. Nevertheless, I've come to realize that I support President Trump. I think he's trying to make sure that America is not totally sold to foreign interests. So my hope is that the soul of America will not be fucked by the Democrats, because that's what they are. They just use all this virtue signaling. They're Catholics. Well, so am I. And they really are pro-abortion. They really just try to divide people, blacks against whites, and vote for me, otherwise you're not black, and all that rubbish. So all I have to say is that I hope that people don't have their heads stuck in on Facebook and all that stuff and get distracted by all the mainstream media lack of coverage and trying to just push the Democrat agenda forward and disrespecting President Trump on all manners. So anyway, I'd rather have a politician that might even have lied, because they all do regardless, than I'd rather vote for one that actually speaks and says what he means, and he's a doer, he's pragmatic, and he's going against a lot of what's been established. He's not going for the top of the town people. He's standing up for all Americans, and he's trying to bring jobs back to America. And what's a country without manufacturing, really? And if you can't do business with a communist country, which is what's really coming to the surface, do business with other countries. There's nothing wrong about building fences. I've got a fence around my property. I wouldn't want my neighbors to come in and into my property and start living in my house. It's the same. If you come in legally, by all means, of course. If you're a refugee and you come in legally, okay. But yeah, it's all a charade. It's all really, really sad what's happening in America. So all I have to say is President Trump, 4 more years, and may God's will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Not that I'm trying to sound so religious and Catholic, but really, may the will of God prevail, and God have mercy on the soul of America. So, President Trump 2020, again and again. All the best.